Okay, so have you seen designs a particular flyer and you see that there's a particular shadow? Yeah, so for instance, let me show you what I'm trying to say. So look at this side. Let's open this guitar. Okay, so let's use this violin here. Sorry, the violin. So this is a PNG file. So this is a violin. So let's move this violin into this side. So we have this violin here. Okay, but I want to make this violin look as if it's standing. You see, and in arts, if something is standing, you should have a shadow. So normally you see designers and they'll bring a particular shadow below it. But you are wondering how to do it. Some people go ahead to use the brush tool. So what they're going to do is that they will come to this side, the brush, they will choose. Okay, so let me just select. So let's select this one, the layer. Go ahead the brush tool. So and they will just, which does not work. You see, it's not working. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you the easiest way to add a shadow. Okay, and it's one of the things that you will search the internet and it's very difficult for you to find because it's something that people don't normally teach. So I'm going to show you how it's being done. Okay, so you're going to use the same brush too. Okay, now we are going to choose the opacity. So let's increase it small. So I'm coming. Let me just increase this opacity. Okay. So let's just increase this. Okay, then we come to this side. So when you click here, you see there's a circle here. So what this circle what it means is that you see is the same thing happening here. So it's going to represent or be in the circle shape, but because of the shadow, you see normally shadows they are not in full circle. It's like an oval. You get it. So what I'm going to do is that you see this point. I'm going to hold my mouse and move it closer. So you see this, yes. So when I get this, I can easily add my shadow. But most importantly, what you have to do is that you see when you are adding the shadow is actually for the violin, but the image should be on the white background. Okay, now one thing I have to know is that if you make mistake, the undo that we have has a particular limit. So let's say we've added the shadow. Let me just, so let's say we've added, come in. So let's say we added a shadow. Okay, so this is the shadow. Yeah, so you see it's not well done. So this is that no, I've done a mistake. So if you want to undo, let's say you undo and it reaches the level that you can't undo again, it means that you've actually done a mistake that's to be difficult for you to clean. Okay, so what the best thing to do is that if you want to add a shadow, you have to first of all come to this side, see the plus sign here, which just means add a layer. So I'm going to add one layer on top of this. So I won't actually distort anything of our background. So let's say if we make many mistakes here, I want to correct. We just delete the layer and that's it. We still have everything. The design is not, nothing has happened to the design. So if I want to add a layer or if I want to add let me just delete this and add a new one. So with the shadow, yes, but you see the shadow is quite small. So if I want it to be quite larger, I just increase the size. So let me increase the size here. See, then I can go ahead and add the shadow. So you see that I have a shadow. So normally you can just go ahead and maybe make it deeper. You see we have a shadow here. So it depends on how you are designing the whole thing. Okay, so basically that's how we add a shadow. So wondering how people are able to add a shadow is just like this. And if you don't want it to be very deep, you can just go ahead and reduce the opacity. And reduce the opacity, can easily get this one. You see, it is not really deep. Yes, so you can just go ahead and make it nicer. Okay, yes, so you have your shadow. So that's how it's been done. Okay, now one thing I have to also know is that if you want to add a shadow, you can also use this one. We have something called drop shadow. Okay, so the drop shadow, what it's going to do is that you see it has actually given the shadow to the image that you have. But here lies the key, it's not like what you are seeing. So if you want it to be like what you are seeing, see, change the angle here. So let's say we put it down. So any angle that I choose is going to affect this side. Do you get it? But it's still not going to be like what we've done. You see, it's just going to be a shadow on it. But if you want it to be like as the designers do, if you want it to look like the lights has thrown a particular shadow, making it 3D in a way, then you have to use the method I've showed you right now. Okay. So thank you very much for watching this video. See you next time.